The Scripps Howard Foundation is proud to honor excellence and distinguished service to the First Amendment. The winner? The Wall Street Journal for Watched. Buying a car? If you've shopped online, there's probably a dealership with your profile waiting for you to step on to their sales lot. Want to buy some office supplies? You may pay more or less, depending upon your zip code. Are you secretly gay? The simple act of joining a choir could out you on Facebook. These are just 3 of the dozens of privacy versus technology conundrums the Wall Street Journal has examined since 2010 as it answered the question, who is tracking our activities online and what do they know about us? The simple yet profound question has led to an ongoing project called Watched. It exposes secretive ways personal information is tracked and used by corporate data gatherers and government trackers. In 2012, 2 computer programmers were added to the team of experienced reporters and storytellers. These combined talents enabled the Journal to follow reporting hunches, nail down technical chicanery, and explain complicated technology to the public. Last year, the team exposed Google for quietly circumventing privacy settings on millions of individuals' computers. The Federal Trade Commission responded by leveling its largest fine ever. And then there was the Journal's examination of the National Counterterrorism Center, where investigators into Americans not suspected of crimes have escalated at an alarming rate. Lawmakers are looking into that now. The Journal recently hosted more than 100 computer programmers at a codeathon aimed at building software to help people learn how their information is shared online. And people who want to learn more can go online to the Journal's Town Square for discussions via social media and live chats. Thanks to the Wall Street Journal, the watchers are being watched.
They can track what the watchers are doing with this information and how they're collecting it and informing the rest of us about how to protect ourselves against it.
One of the primary purposes of the First Amendment is to protect us from retaliation for our thoughts, and therefore we should be allowed to speak privately and anonymously. What the Wall Street Journal has done is expose the ways in which we are losing our privacy through new technologies. And in so doing, they really are acting as guardians of the First Amendment.
Presenting the Foundation's Edward Willis Scripps Award and $10,000 to the Wall Street Journal is Julia Scripps Howard, a trustee of the Scripps Howard Foundation and great-granddaughter of E.W. Scripps. Accepting is Senior Technology Editor, Julia Angwin.
Thank you very much, and thanks to the Scripps Howard Foundation. It's delightful to be here. You know, it's such a treat to get a First Amendment award for privacy reporting because people don't always make the connection between the issues of technology and surveillance and the First Amendment. And I've been leading our investigative team on privacy issues for 3 years, and I have to confess, I also did not start thinking it was a First Amendment issue. But over the course of my reporting, I have come to understand that what is your freedom of expression and your freedom of association if you don't have a place to do that expression or association without it being monitored, right? And what we did this year was we showed what is the impact of having those events be monitored, right? One thing is that when you live in a small town and your police force gets automatic license plate readers, they're snapping photos of every license plate they go by. Suddenly, there's a file on you at the police department. There never was one before, right? That's one impact. Another impact is the teens that we profiled in Austin who joined the gay chorus on campus, but they didn't want their parents to know, but Facebook told them. This is another impact of ubiquitous surveillance. The problem with ubiquitous surveillance is that you're being associated with data. This is big data. Big data is actually to associate you with things, right? To make inferences about your behavior. And in many cases, there are great uses of big data. But I think the question we've been raising in our reporting is, are there some spaces where we can have a conversation in private? And where should those spaces be? And this is a story that, unfortunately, when I started 3 years ago, I thought would be a 1-year story. I'm now starting to think it's a 10-year story. So I possibly will be raising these questions for a long time. But I want to thank the Wall Street Journal for giving me the space to ask these questions. and also 2 computer programmers on my investigative team, which is really, I have to imagine, is rare. And it's been incredible. We wrote specialized programs to scan the web to figure out if you're getting different prices on different websites. And by the way, you are. Based on what they know about you, you get a different price based on the judgments that they make. Not all websites, but Staples was our main example. We actually ordered 2 different staplers, pretending to be in different locations, and they both came to New York, so it wasn't the shipping price, and we paid $12 for one and $15 for another. It was really fun to get those staples in the mail. So anyways, but that was actually a 6-month programming exercise to build the script and the ways to monitor prices across the web in order to come to that conclusion. And so it's been a real exciting challenge to lead a new kind of technology-driven journalism, and hopefully that will help us keep watching the watchers. So thank you all very much, and thanks again to the Wall Street Journal for giving me space to do this, and to Scripps Howard.